So now we've got the speech organized, and we need to deliver it. And I'm going to give you 3 tips on ways that you can make the speech engaging, interesting. And the first one is vocal variety. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have changed the volume, I have changed the pitch, and I've changed the speed at which I spoke. That's vocal variety. Can you imagine if I gave the entire presentation talking like this and just never changed, it just went on and on and on and on and on? You would get bored, you'd fall asleep, and you'd probably start texting or thinking about what you're going to have for dinner. So you want to vary how you talk. You increase the volume to bring home a point. You change the pitch to strategically emphasize something. Vocal variety makes it interesting, and it also tells the audience what you think is important. The next thing that is important is eye contact. Now, that can mean I look someone directly in the eye, but it also can it means basically you want the entire room to feel like you're talking to them. And one helpful tip that I do is I kind of break the room into like 3 sections, and I give a balanced way of looking at each part of the room. So part of the time I'll be talking to this part, part of the time I'll be talking to this part, part of the time I'll be talking to this part. And also when there's a lot of depth, sometimes you'll be talking to the front rows, and sometimes you'll be talking to the nosebleed rows. So you give every part of the room sort of an equal play. And I know that some people are really, really concerned with eye contact because they think, I don't want to look someone in the eye, it makes me really nervous. If that is your case, you don't have to actually look someone in the eye to have them believe you're looking at them in the eye. You can look at their nose, a point right between their eyebrows or their forehead. And if you're talking to a room where there's tables and there's a nice decorative item in the middle of the table, look at the decorative item in the middle of the table, and everyone at that table will probably think you're looking at them. These are just little tips, and it really works. And do what works for you so that you feel comfortable up here. Because the more comfortable you are up here, the more the audience is going to listen and be open to what you have to say. And the third tip is body language and gestures. Now this is one of my points of improvement. You see, I'm of Mediterranean descent, I'm half Spanish, so I can't talk without my arms, and so I've learned that I need to tame that. And that's one extreme, is moving your arms too much, because I've gotten evaluations where they're like, Carma, I can't pay attention to what you're saying because you're moving your hands all over the place. The other extreme is where you don't move your arms at all, and you appear stiff, and then that gets distracting because people are wondering, what's wrong with that person's arms? So what you want to do is avoid being too distracting, either distracting because you're not moving or distracting because you're moving too much. What you want to do is be natural. So for me, no matter what I'm doing, natural for me is with a slight bend in my elbow. So that's why my hands tend to be right about here. Do what's natural for you. Look relaxed and comfortable. And one thing that helps me is if I think about it this way. How would you be holding your body if you were talking to one person? Do that in front of the group. Because in essence, you really are having a one-on-one conversation with, 30 people in this room? You are all in your own heads listening to me. To you, this is a one-on-one conversation. To me, it's 1 on 30, but if I pretend that it's 1-on-1, it makes me more relaxed, and I have more relaxed body gestures.